Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I am Siddharth Zarabi and with me is Roland Landers, the CEO of the All India Gaming Federation. Roland, welcome to the show. Clearly a time of crisis, if I may call it, for the e-gaming industry. A double whammy of sorts, uh, the highest possible rate of GST, along with the distinction between games of chance and games of skill being done away with. And both the baby and the bath water seems to have been thrown out by the government, which says that there is a moral question involved in this. Online gaming cannot be treated at the same level as essential commodities when it comes to taxation. Your first thoughts on this?
Yeah, thanks, Siddharth. I just wanted to lay the facts here so that you and your viewers can get a sense of, the impact. The thing is that from the moment, so we have to look at the ecosystem, which is made up of the game developers, the gaming platforms, and then the gamers themselves, the consumers, right? So if you look at the impact on the gaming companies or the platforms, then moving from the methodology of valuation from GGR to the face value, as has been highlighted in the press con yesterday, that is going to be a 1100% impact. Coming to the gamer, for him or her, the participation in a game is going to get more expensive by 300% or 3x, three times more expensive. And for the gaming platform, coming back to the platforms, the revenue, the valuation methodology of face value will get more the percentage of tax, indirect tax, will be more than the revenue of the platform. And so I'm sure that would be the impact. Just wanted to give you a sense of the impact across the gamer and the gaming platform community.
Okay, from your answers, it clearly means that uh, the the sector has been dealt a death blow. Do you see it even surviving with the kind of numbers that you have just shared with us?
No, I do not know of any precedent of any other industry or sector that could buffer in or factor in such a impact, such a high impact. Moving from gross gaming revenue methodology, and the rate from 18% to 28 is fine, which is about 50 or percent can be factored into, but 1100% I think is I do not know. I mean, if you are aware of any precedent for any other industry also, there does not seem to be any. So that I think, but at the same time, we are hopeful. Now, what will happen is inadvertently, the gamer would veer towards. That is not the intent, but inadvertently they will veer towards platforms that do not pay GST taxation, which is the offshore illegal gambling companies who run their businesses here illegally.
Roland, what you seem to be suggesting is that the industry would go underground, and
No,
we
no, no, no,
know.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is that from a gamer perspective, while these are all Indian, startup companies, there is also a large gray market, right, that exists, which are companies who run their businesses from offshore, but their services are available in India. They do not pay any taxes, right? So per force or inadvertently, the gamers would seek gaming opportunities where they are not, where the taxation is not being paid. So, so because what happens is for a gamer to participate now it is 300% more expensive. 100 rupee would now cost 300 rupees for the gamer, right? So he would seek opportunities elsewhere. That's what I mean.
How large is the sector, the organized players in India? What are the numbers? Also, in terms of the funds that have been raised so far, because there will be a question mark over the business model. and the number of employees also, Roland?
Yeah, so it's been estimated that that there are in the close to 950 gaming companies in India. These are Indian bred and grown Indian companies, and a very rough back of the envelope calculation would be that close to indirect and direct taken together would be somewhere like in the excess of 5 lakh jobs.
Okay. We see shades of how the crypto industry uh, faced a crisis with taxation, and obviously crypto volumes, not just in India, globally are down. There is a moment of reckoning for the entire crypto industry globally. But is there a precedent globally of how the gaming taxation GST has been decided vis-a-vis in other markets across the world?
Yeah, so there's a mixed, where so there are some jurisdictions which have the gross gaming revenue methodology of valuation, and that is more or less the case for most of the international jurisdictions, and we had the opportunity to represent that to the GOM, and which has been translated in the report also. We are, however, extremely hopeful because parallelly, the government has been very, very supportive of the industry over the last, year and a half, and helping it grow to where we are today. So we sincerely hope that, there will be a rethink and a progressive regime. See, the intent, if the intent is to, collect more tax, then it should be a progressive regime that will help the industry grow while at the same time increasing the collection of tax.
When will this levy come into effect? Because there is one view that suggests that for this to come into effect, there will be some legislative amendments that will be required. Is that impression correct?
I wouldn't be the right person to comment, but I think in the press conference it was covered yesterday.
Okay. Now tell me, what is the way forward that you as a federation representing 950 companies, like you said, and with a significant amount of workforce, what do you intend to do as far as this move is concerned?
So, as I mentioned, I would like to reiterate that we are hopeful that a progressive regime is, this has been that there is a rethink and a progressive regime is, suggested, and which will help the industry grow, and at the same time, achieve the objective of higher taxation.
How will that rethink come about? Because the GST Council is like the most powerful body actually in India, a constitutional mandate. How does a rethink happen as far as GST Council decisions are concerned?
This is the wish of the industry. I mean, you just mentioned the impact across the ecosystem, and I think considering that impact, uh, that's the wish list for the industry. And otherwise, of course, we will have to, the industry will have to look at weigh all the options as.
Are there legal options that are possible?
I am not. The team is still evaluating.
Okay, Roland, thank you very much for taking out the time to explain the impact. And like you said, 1100% is a number that kind of ends the debate right there as far as the future is concerned. But given the size of the industry, we hope that your demands are also taken into consideration by the decision makers. Thank you very much for your time with us today, and that's a wrap on this point of view on the GST Council's decision to impose 28% GST on online gaming. If you've been, thank you very much for watching.
It was on 13th of September last year that the biggest deal yet in the Indian semiconductor space was announced. Anil Agarwal's